Hello guys, I hope all of you are fine. Today I'm gonna make a video about narration or changing speech, which is one of the most important topic for those students who are candidate for the next SSC examination and HSC examination, and also who are prepared for the next SSC and HSC exams. So, in this video, I'll give you some tricks and strategies that how you can improve your general idea. And I believe that after watching this video, you can solve your questions very easily. So, let's go. Firstly, we will solve a question, and in this question, you will get all the general rules. So, before solving any question, you have to focus on two things, because whenever you read the question, you have to clarify the person and the their expression, that how they say something, and it's their expression was either happy or very sad. So, in this question, the teacher said to the student, "Have you prepared your lesson today?" So, when I read the first line, I realized that the teacher asked a question to the student, and mm, second line, "No, sir," replied the student. The student replied, "No, sir." And the teacher said, "Why?" And then the teacher asked question again, and I was suffering from headache, and yesterday I shall do my work tomorrow, said the student. So that is question, and now we will solve it. In this first line, the teacher said to the student, "Have you prepared your lesson today?" So here the teacher asked the student a question. So you have to firstly clarify the person. The teacher asked the student, and then if I say the question is, "Have you prepared your lesson today?" And if an equation is started without double question word, like a double question word means who, what, how, you have to follow these rules. These rules is if plus subject plus verb. You have to change the verb. If is it present, you have to change to past, and if is it past, you have to change in present, and if is it future, you shouldn't change it. So here we can find that have is an application word. So here, firstly we have to write down if, and then you have to clarify the subject. So here in this line, you is subject, so we have to write down he, and he means the student, so s, um, and then we have to change the verb. So here is happy, you have to change to had, and then prepared man your, so you have to write down his lesson, and today you have to change his that to that day. And then second line in here, "No, sir," replied the student. So the student replied, "No, sir." So firstly, we have to focus on the expression, that what was the student's expression. So the student expression was very respectfully. So we can write down we do respects, or also we can write down the students replied respectfully in the negative, no. So in the negative for the no, or if is the answer is yes, you can write down the students replied respectfully in the affirmative. Or if it is not, so you can write down the students replied respectfully in the negative. And then third line is the teacher said, "Why?" The teacher asked again questions. So, and the question is started by double question word. So we have to write down the teachers asked why, and then um, the student. Here you can see the student replied, "I was suffering from headache." So the line will be changed by the the student. The student replied that he here I was suffering from headache. So here would be that he had been suffering from the headache. So was would be changed by had been, and suffering from the headache, and yesterday would be changed by previous day. And he also said, "I shall do my work tomorrow," said the student. So here, if someone says something again or also, so you can use this kind of verb. He again said, or also said, or added that, and then you can use the change the line. So I shall do my work. So that he again or added that I shall do my work tomorrow. So here I would be changed by he, shall would be changed to would, to my would be changed by his work, and the tomorrow is changed to next day. Here I'll give you some examples. So if the verb is come, you have to change go, here, there, now, then, and next day, month, or following day, month, today, that day, yesterday, tomorrow, the next day, last night, the previous night. If the sentence is present, you have to change it to past, and if is it future, you should have to change it. And if I say briefly, if the sentence or the model is before the verb, so you have to change the model. And any line is question, you have to change say to ask. And if the question don't say any questions, or you have to change the verb said that or told that. And if the sentence is imperative sentence, so how do you can realize that it is imperative sentence? So if I say briefly, if whenever you solve your question, you have to realize that the sentence is started by a verb. If the sentence is started by a verb, you can realize that is imperative sentence. So you have to choose this kind of verb: advised, ordered, and requested. And these verbs are depending on your meanings of the line. If someone advised, you can use advised, or if anyone order, you have to use ordered, and also you can use requested. And and then yeah, whenever the line, if the line is started by a verb, you have to whenever you change the sentence, you have to add preposition to, and then you have to use verb one. And then finally I would say exclamatory sentence. Whenever you can realize that that is an exclamatory sentence, so firstly you have to decide the expression, the person's expression. If the person is too much happy, you can use exclaimed with joy. And if the person is sad or sorrow, you can use exclaimed with sorrow. And you can follow this structure. And I hope in this video, and you if you practice like me, it can boost you in order to get your desirable score. Thank you very much.